I want to start with a big thank you to everybody who was helping me and encouraging me along the way. 6,000 plus subscribers. Wow, that is really make me keep going. It is at this stage over 90 videos per month that I'm trying to keep up with dailies, weeklies, monthlies, with your X series. So if you're not a subscriber, please subscribe, like, and comment and share. That means a lot to me, and I really love you for it. Also, if you did not join my Facebook page, please do, because every entry, so every like, follow, share, comment is going to count as one entry toward a contest at the end of the May. I think June the 1st, I'm going to draw for 3 winners for May 20-minute readings. So join in and take your chance in this. Also, this is the last 2 weeks that you have your X readings at $45. These readings will go up as of 1st of June. So this is a really good time for you to basically take advantage of that. And also with me, once when you become my client, then you get a coupon, and that way you can take advantage of any of the deals that are not on special. Lastly, I really want to talk about my new channel, Sapphire Dreams. The channel is dedicated to healing, spirituality, and energy work. In this channel, I'm going to teach you various things such as meditations. You can check my cutting cord meditations. This is going to be really introduced because that's a really, really good remedy for soaking up negativity as well as deodorizing the place. So check it out and join that as well. So that's it. Without further ado, let's jump into your bi-weeklies from May 15th to May 31st. Love you. Hi Capricorn, welcome to your bi-weekly. So let's see what is on the bottom here. Well, some of you are dealing with the finances. Maybe things are a little bit out of control. Probably it's after the tax time, trying to figure out what to do. At the same time, kind of like trying to get a hold of who you are. It is safe for you to love. Open your heart to give and receive the highest energy of all. Well, this can also actually talk about giving and receiving that is currently out of balance. But it also can talk about somebody juggling, somebody, something, etc. So what basically you are bringing here from the past to the present, from soulmate. It says this is your soulmate. And then we have 3 of Wands, which kind of like talks about actively waiting for your plans to bear fruit, right? And kind of like trying to see which kind of ships you want to kind of dispatch and get it. But it could looks like that the soulmate was somebody who you left behind, at least one of them. It was make it or break it time that already has happened, and maybe you're still having a residue of that, but it seems to me that somehow you're still lingering with that energy in the present, because you do feel deceived. You feel that someone is wearing a false self mask in this relationship, and this is coupled with that anxious feeling of things are not in order, things are not in place, right? It's obsession. It could be sleep deprivation, but this kind of can be something very simple. Could be somebody really not giving you all the truth, hoping not to hurt your feelings, and this could be even you. But no, actually these are some secrets over here, and you're absolutely right. There are some issues that happen that are bothering you very, very much, and you're trying to get to the surface, but you still don't really know what is basically the deception that took place. This is again the card of deception, so it's doubling up. And yeah, some of you Capricorns are really dealing with that. The death card over here, this is the moon, and this is the death card that is reversed. So it's talking about that something that's supposed to be dead is still not dead. It looks like that you're still dealing with that on some level, and it's like really not fun. This is not a good state to be in, where you feel, you know, it's just like being let down on so many levels, right? So especially for Capricorn, it is a straight shooter. So It looks like quite a few of you are feeling that you need to kind of retreat. It is time to disconnect from the world and kind of like lick your wounds. This is kind of like talking about looking in the issues that didn't work, maybe facing the things that are hurting you, and it's sometimes talking about being unable to heal from a loss. So for those of you who are in this situation, just check my cutting cords meditation. It is really good for that. This can even talk about you not having solid ground about who you are. High Priestess is kind of like really interesting card because it tells that somebody's hiding something and you are trying to get to the core of what this deception and what these secrets are. And that, again, it was some kind of breakup for you guys. You kind of like couldn't handle certain things, and you're not able to move on, and it's kind of hard to move on when things are not in balance, and you're really trying to do that. It's a past life relationship. You have known each other before, and it's like Temperance, a card of balance and card of like soulmate. It could be that it was somebody who you really felt compelled to be with. And you know what? I do also past lives readings, and it's really amazing. Also do karma readings. So I do karma first, and then like in the next session I do past lives. It's kind of really interesting when you see that even we sometimes live two opposite sides of a coin. Sometimes like we are villain, and sometimes we are like this prince. So we looks like are trying to go through different lives with seeing how it looks to be on the other side. So past life relationship could be the issue that we already dealt with, but maybe we didn't deal with successfully, that we are bringing to the present. Or it could be there is a person with whom we kind of like missing our tracks and we are trying to catch up with. It talks about being guarded. It talks about understanding that in certain things you just don't win, right? Like Five of Swords, it's kind of like really interesting card because it can mean hiding from problems and being like really close in. And Capricorn, it would be your card. Four of Pentacles, kind of not really embracing life, maybe overly being either stingy or, you know, or gathering power as well. You know, it could be kind of like spending enough time to rest to get this balance, but sort of like maybe escaping dealing with issues. Sometimes is okay, and especially if you're not fully in balance, what's the point of addressing everything when you still have to kind of find your solid ground? What is crowning you? This is really good. Trust. The situation is calling for you to have faith, and it's 10 of Wands reversed, meaning, you know, upright, it will be somebody who is holding a heavy burden and secrets, and this is, okay, I am light and free to move on, to kind of like get my feet wet in some new things. Knave of Chalices is really good, romantic card. It kind of like is heartwarming thing. Someone who is learning something about emotions and relationships. So maybe you have learned something in this whole entire situation that kind of like did actually render you hopeless. You're trying to kind of, I think, find your feet to learn how to trust and to get hope, which is the bottom of that. And you're going to do it by simply going around and learning and observing and feeling your emotions again. The point is to be safe in who you are in order to move ahead. So what is right in front of you? It says we're waiting for divine timing is at work in your love life. And here you have Ace of Swords reversed. And Ace of Swords is a really complex card, but it can mean two very opposite things. It could mean truth not being told and refusing to take some new ideas. It can also mean going deep inside of yourself and cutting anything and trying to carve out things that didn't work. Also can mean that you're stubbornly still sticking to the same things and believing that only the timing is the issue. It says divine timing is at work in your love life, right? So there you go. It's the issue of a soulmate that really is not a soulmate the way it is right now. I have to tell you this. We're waiting for divine timing is at work. I think it's going to take a little bit more than timing. I think this one of Swords, Ace of Swords reverse here is telling me that the current vision of soulmate that you have, it's not going to end up well, that you have to redefine who this person is. And this kind of like means attacking all these issues that you're dealing with. Because generally what you really want, you actually want to be loved and admired. It's just getting to know each other. As you reveal your innermost selves to each other, your bond deepens. But then you have Six of Wands reversed, which will be the card of victory, of progress, of accolades, of feeling really admired, everybody coming to you, being the hot stuff. But then it's like sort of like not charging ahead. Like, I mean, maybe you're hesitant. Maybe the entire situation of not healing is not allowing you to jump in. Maybe you make one step forward and you make two steps back. You kind of climb down, or the other person climbs down. And you know what? This is not going to go anywhere like that, because if you don't want to address it yourself, life doesn't support stagnation. You'll either go forward, you'll go backward. And that's why you're going to get Tower, and that's going to happen, a big shakedown. You're going to figure out how to rebuild yourself or relationship or new foundations. And it can kind of like be a big surprise, especially when it's the upright, because this talks about unexpected event, something that changes everything, and it's going to destroy everything that no longer serves, right? And it's going to allow you a breakthrough, create a completely new and more appropriate reality. So it is kind of like ripping out that, like, I mean, Ace of Swords that we had here. If you don't do it yourself, simply karma is going to step in and just do it for you. So the others are actually, then after this is done, others are going to see very soon, clearly decide what you want. So it comes to you now. And then it's like Knave of Wands. It's kind of charging ahead, kind of learning about passion, learning how to go in these new directions. And again, like, you're continuing with, okay, you know what, I'll charge ahead, but then I'll go and pull back. The Chariot reverse talks about maybe you're going to have postponement of the travel, maybe you're going to postpone a date, maybe you're going to postpone meeting a new person, maybe you're dating and you're going to figure out, let me take a little bit more time to heal. Yeah, because Six of Swords reversed talks again about coming back to the old issues, mulling it over. You know, a new person would figure out that you are still dealing with something if you're not really clear in who you are. And you know what they say, people kind of like smell out the fake. I'm not saying you're fake at all. I'm just saying kind of try to figure out who you are and close all these issues, because lots of things are talking about here closing and you're losing hope. But you know, fears and hopes, rest assured that by dealing with all of this stuff that is really not pleasant and has this harsh edge in it, but you will get the reward. A new love is inside. It says a new person has stirred your romantic feelings. And then you have Knight of Pentacles. When the Knight of Pentacles comes out, yes, it talks about building, it talks about slow progress, but it also talks about a test. And you have Nine of Pentacles, which again is your card. Somebody doesn't want to be single and you actually don't want to waste time. So this is a test. Maybe this new person that comes in here is not going to be very self-evident. That's what it is. So you're being tested. Just keep in mind that new love can come through some kind of test. So what is the basically crowning over thing, what can happen and doesn't have to happen, because karma shifts and changes. Chemistry, it says there is a strong magnetic attraction here, but then you have this Seven of Swords reversed. So this is kind of like coming to understanding. I finally kind of like realized in my meditations that this card really means closure. This can come in many ways. This can come through figuring out yourself. This can come through actually getting explanation, getting apologies. This can come through going to a tarot reader and kind of like seeing what was under the surface. You see, it is talking about some kind of harmony and bliss that kind of like didn't take place, and needing to rebuild yourself and needing kind of like to figure out how to approach it, because this is definitely you, kind of expertise, focus on it. Three of Pentacles is again, how do I go about that? How do I excel in this? So approaching this in a very pragmatic way and reaching the closure, it is of course a moment where you can start rebuilding and finding like a much better solution to the problems that you had. So Capricorn, it's going to be pretty interesting karmic time. Just remember, the karma is going to step in if you don't deal with issues yourself. Love you. For private reading, please contact me. My information is in description and I love to talk to you. Love you.